And so we're back and making a quick reevaluation of things. Curiously enough, we've begun our farm here to start rubber so that we can build our fantastic wheels and tires. And on a side note, I would probably want to build up some chewing gum factories as well. That could be spun off along with our convenience stores. Just remembering our strategy here to start with basic retail, industry one, which ended up being drugs, industry number two, which is actually our home appliances. You might want to go into media later, but I think this is not the time. And then eventually we'll spin off our basic retail, the convenience store, so that we can start our auto industry business. Now, the basic retail, it could be spun off along with the factory of chewing gum, because chewing gum requires one, rubber, which will be synergistic, and it will require corn syrup, which comes from corn, which we are already producing here. And the reason why I want corn to produce corn syrup is that the corn syrup can be used to produce cough syrup right here. And cough syrup will complement very well our drugstore business. So this is a complementary plan, but curiously enough, we blink and things change. So we go up to our industry seaport, and guess what they're importing? Yes, corn. Dang it. A little too late, but another curious thing is right here, car bodies. All of a sudden, our journey towards the car industry is highly shortened if I just use this guy, or at least in the short term, just to kickstart our business. And funnily enough, we come into Marseille, we have a wheel and tire. It can't get funnier than that. So there's a high chance that we'll be able to actually begin our auto industry within this episode. But before we get into that specifically, I'll want to complement this business with that corn syrup. And I was pondering where I should do my businesses. So if we produce rubber here, I'll most likely want to make my chewing gum industry around here, so that when it gets spun off along with my convenience stores, it'll be close to my corn and my corn syrup, and hopefully, and the rubber itself, and hopefully they will continue purchasing from my farms. So that's part of that Machiavellic plan. And also having corn syrup here, which would mean that it might be a good idea to have the cough syrup being produced here as well. Because when we look at the drugstores, like here in Jakarta, where is my drugstore? There it is. It brings in the products, purchasing, for instance, cold pills. Freight is only 11 cents coming all the way from Nice. Headache pills, same. Whereas if we go to Nice and look at their import, we're bringing in chemical minerals and plastic, very low freight costs. And then we have glass going all the way to Jakarta to produce our washing machines. And look at that, it's not cheap. So I think it makes more sense to produce the cough syrup here. I mean, yeah, along with the corn syrup. Or should I actually make it here with the plastic and chemical minerals? Two non-imported inputs with only one imported input. I think it makes more sense to bring it in here. So we'll make our cough syrup here. Okay, so it's decided. So we have that. Our phone industry is still producing and training, high in demand, although we are very, very bad in competitiveness. Washing machines still increasing. It says it's pretty good in supply, the same air conditioners, but when you look at the manufacturing, it's 100%, 100%, 100%. They are all in high demand. So I think the first step is having corn begin the production of our cough syrup, and also already start to plan the automobiles. What we need is, for the motorcycle, only to produce engines. We have these two available at seaports, and for the car, we only need to produce engines. We have these two available at the seaport. And of course, we need capital. We only have 20 million, but guess what? We can get about 100 million here. So we'll probably be very well off in terms of beginning our auto industry as well. So I'll try to do all of these at the same time, starting off with our factory of cough syrup. I believe corn syrup can be a small factory. I'll make it next to our corn farm. Do we have a library for that? Let's see. Corn syrup. We do not. What is this model? Corn syrup, cough syrup. Yeah, that's not what I want. What we do know is that corn syrup only requires corn. So let's just focus on that. One single purchasing unit. I could purchase it in the middle. I have 4, but I don't think I'll require that many manufacturing units. As a matter of fact, let's start off with just 1. Link this up to our fantastic 20 quality corn. That's okay, it'll dilute. And I think that should be fine. Imperium corn syrup industries. There we go. It's being sold. I'll open it up to anyone to help me dilute the investments. It's cheap and attractive for such. And now we want to take this all the way to Nice. Start the manufacturing of our cough syrup. Now cough syrup requires 3 inputs, so I cannot duplicate this, unfortunately. Let's bring in the factory. Same size, same style. Next, let's put it in a sequence. 3 inputs, that means we want that standard layout. Can actually prepare it for the upcoming. Will you not allow me to do the next? Okay. So I want to bring in, perhaps minimize our imports from all cities. Our corn syrup in the middle, and from the current city, I'll have only my products. Bring in plastic and chemical minerals. Cough syrup. Very good. Do they have that on sale? The others are, so sure, why not? So with that being produced, we can come in straight to our drugstores and begin great selling of these products. Should I dismantle the advertising unit? As you build up quality, I don't think we will require the brand as much, and brand might actually be built up with simple loyalty 21. That's already enough to be competitive with the local players. So I will do that. What is this? Headache pills. Headache pills. Disconnect. Oh, oops. I actually want to that way. Stop the purchase. Oops. Spent 30,000. Get these inventories clear. Do I have another drugstore here? I do not. Let's go into Marseille first. Drugstore. Stop the purchase. Imperium of all cities. Headache pills. Get ready for that. As soon as this gets cleared, we'll start purchasing cough syrup. And of course, Jakarta drugstore. Where are you? There you go. Here we are already set for the layout. Never invested in branding here. Cough syrup. First one to sell cough syrup. I'm excited. Let's see. So local competitors are at 61, 8 overall rating. Yeah, we're gonna need to invest in technology. Now this one is worth duplicating. Relocate, duplicate. Right there. Cough syrup, where are you? Going with the 1-year project to get as quick as possible some sort of benefit. Go back to Nice. There we go. Resupply those. Come down here and link to our cough syrup. Of course, same situation here, although local competitors are far worse. Thank goodness. Oops. Let me go a little bit further. 36 to 35, that sounds fair. And of course, Marseille. Okay, we are done here. To our cough syrup. There you go. 33. Far better. And we get that product rolling. Okay, next up, do we have rubber yet? Not yet. We can start our auto industry. This is going to be insane. So we have car bodies, steel. We need to produce engines first. So what I think, engines factory. We know that engines are pretty important, but I would bet that it's a medium-sized business. And I will guess that they'll have this look. Make our auto industry a little bit further up. And for engines, do we have something nice? Do not. There's actually a layout here for producing steel within the engine factory. Yeah, that's not exactly what I had in mind. The engine only requires steel. And we're going to make this factory dedicated to this. I could perhaps keep it for, make it available. Let's see, can I do this? I wonder. Can I make wheel and tire in the same factory? That would be insane. All suppliers, bring me steel. Here comes the engine. I don't want to call it motors, that might be the brand itself, right? This internal sale, lower a bit the costs. And there goes that. And to produce a car, I think it's more of this layout here. I believe it'll be big. Shall we begin with cars or should we begin with motorcycles? I would bet, better bet to go with cars. Do we have a layout for cars? Cars. Actually, has a layout for both. Oh, here we go. It's a little bit more compact. Let's see, we only need the engine, car body, wheel, and tire. I would want one dedicated just for cars. So let's triple input. You know what layout that is. I'm gonna purchase here. This is the one that gets duplicated. I want to get it for myself. Put it in engine. We want the car body. And we want all cities on the bottom, wheel and tire. We have cars. 3A. I think we'll require a couple. You're actually producing cars already. Then we do know that Nice is the best city, right? T. Let's see, city graphs. Nice. Quality of life. Population growth, unemployment. Not that relevant, but economic graphs. Real wage. Consumer price, yeah. Not much to say here, but I'll begin with Nice because why not? And if you look at land value, it'll most likely have to be up here. Retail store, we do want to have an automobile outlet. Be highly specialized. Let's see, what can we get? 45 traffic index. 54, okay, it's better. 51. Actually reinforce our stores building next to each other. Yeah, this seems to be the best. By far. There you go. So let's begin. This will most likely require advertising, but I have no idea how to balance it with purchases and sales. So there you go. Selling, local competitor at 39. We need to lower this, of course. 36. A little bit under 11,000. Still not quite there, but we'll get there eventually. Now we can bring in the brand. Imperium Motors Nice. We'll keep an eye on the supply and demand. Now there is something to be said about automobiles. So when we consider what they require is important, 36 quality, 32 price, 32 brand. That's actually different per city. Jakarta is more sensible to price, of course, lower wage. And here's pretty similar. Now, when you think about it, if you have a poor quality product, you can make up for it with either brand or price, or both. So there's something to be said that maybe quality is all that matters, because if you improve quality, you can then increase price or invest less in brand. Even though it's only 36, it can be seen as like the most important quality to have. Quality is the most important quality. That sounded redundant, but when you do the calculations of what is required to produce an automobile, 30% tech, 70% raw materials. So you may say that, okay, car body 30%, engine 30%. These two are the most important, along with tech and equal weight. And then wheel and tires only 10. But you have to remember that, let's say the engine is 80% tech, 20% steel, and then so forth and so forth. So when you do all the math, I have here my auto master plan. We can do the dismantling of what a car is. So if a car is 100%, 30% car tech, 30% car body. The car body is 30%, right? And then you have 30% engine and 10% wheel and tire. The car body itself is 10% glass, 10% plastic, 30% steel, and 50% car body tech. So I marked in red all the elements that are the root elements. Then you have to add them up as you have steel showing up in the car body, showing up in the engine, and showing up in the wheel and tire. So you come down to this guy here. This adds up to 100%. You could argue that to get the brand and price, they would have 100%. But as I mentioned, as you can swap them out, this tends to be the most important. So if you plot that down into a chart, here you have car tech, the most important with 30%. Engine tech with 24%. Car body tech, 15%. Then you could say that wheel and tire tech is important, steel tech is important, but steel also has coal and iron, so steel itself is very important with 12% added up. So we have a couple of ways to prioritize how we advance in the products. So as you saw, we want to come into Jakarta and start our auto R&D. I think I'll have to go up the other way. And we do know that car tech is by far the most important. Ooh, why am I out money? There we go. Begin the tech for a car with 1 year because this has to be quick. We also know that engine tech is important. Car body tech would be important if I was manufacturing it, but I'm not manufacturing it yet. Engine, I am. Car, I am. So what I'll begin with is these two. And as soon as I have some advantage in getting more profit from the cars with the improved quality, I'll go into car body tech, wheel and tire tech, and start replacing those with my own manufactured items. So I'll relocate this, duplicate it, start a new project, engine tech, quick 1 year project, try to get something up and running. Now it's important to notice that all of our R&Ds are still level 1 even though I'm investing in their training. This is slow. Got rubber. That's good to know. Which means I can start that chewing gum business, spin it off, and bring in some interesting resources. But we still need to build our auto store in Marseille. Let's see now. Where are we? Highly concentrated up here. The 51, that's pretty good. 30, 18, 39, 36. Yeah. Straightforward. Let's purchase and sell. Need to see how that balance is doing at the other store. Bring you in. We are Imperium Motors, Marseille. Our price will have to be decreased. I'm happy with that. How are we doing with Nice? We are clearly being outstripped in our capacity to sell. Oops. Another 38,000 wasted. Let's increase training, why not? Get this capacity up and go to Jakarta. I think that Jakarta should have a store, why not? It'll be interesting to compare the capacity to the cost to import versus not have to import. We have 42s down there next to our drugstore. That would be interesting. Reinforce traffic. There you go. Imperium Motors, Jakarta. Supposing I'll have only one store. This will have to go down drastically. But look at that. It's much cheaper. I do not have to pay for freight. Oof. It's hard to match this price of local competitors. They're highly sensitive to price. You have Zero brand, but I don't think it's time yet to invest in that. Let's go back to Marseille. Of course, sales are not keeping up. Let's double that, put in some training. Are we training? We are, okay. And I think that is that. We can either start with our chewing gum business or with the motorcycle business, whichever would be more profitable. I think profit could be an interesting thing to go after. You can see profit is going down. We're investing, of course, in technology, which is highly expensive if you think about it. This one is bleeding 400,000 a month. Not cheap. But let's start our chewing gum factory. I'll bet it's a medium one. I'll bet it's not very polluting, not very chem-like. I'll go with this style. And being complementary but not related, I'll actually make it out here. And we require 2 inputs if I am correct. We're talking about corn syrup and rubber. So let's bring in the 2 purchasing units, 3 manufacturing units. Well, actually keep it at 2 for now. I'll bet that's enough. On sales. Sure. Imperium, bring in the corn syrup. Bring in the rubber. So not internal sale. Let's bring this down. Head over to our niece convenience store, not the drugstore, convenience store. And when you look at the 3 products, our profit is 220,000, 170, 140. Soap is the least profitable. In the other store, 280, 250, 150. So soap is the one that we are going to sacrifice to bring in our chewing gum. I wonder how that is going to perform. F4? Oh, F1. All products. There it is. Just let that inventory run through. I think we'll require. That's interesting. Did you notice that if I click on a factory that's producing, say, corn syrup, and then press F1, oh, that didn't work right there. Now it goes to chewing gum, but okay. Chewing gum is 60% tech, 20% corn syrup, 20% rubber. I could dedicate some technology to this. I could also perhaps make a lab which splits up into chewing gum, corn syrup, and what else? Electronic components. Maybe motorcycles is also important, but I guess it's fine, whatever. So, along with this guy here, which is duplicate, not so essential, I will actually split this up into trios. Start R&D on chewing gum. Then I can spin the business off in 2 years. Does that sound okay? Need to rename those labs. We want corn syrup. Two years. And why not electronic components? And have all these 3 finishing more or less at the same time. It shall be Imperium generic name. Add A, add B. Eventually we'll need 1 for motorcycles. Now we're down to 1 million bucks. What do we need to do? Get another 46 million. I'll borrow some. And I think that it may be profitable enough in the second product. You seem to be overwhelmed, so sure, double up your sales. How are we with Nice? Speed it up a bit. Speed 3. Could it be that the industry is overwhelmed? Still unable to reach profitability. That's not nice. Yep. Overwhelmed. Should help. How is our sales component? I'm gonna bet that I need to upgrade this as well. So bring in the engines, bring in the manufacturing. Double up the sales. Put it into training. At least engines seem to be doing well. So it did increase production on my car, and I am thinking about doing motorcycles. So yeah, let's go on and should I double it? Let's increase training. Maybe that'll be enough. Remember, we want to make engines, we want to make wheels and tires. Let's see if I can figure this out if I start motorcycles right now. So there you have it. We are starting our motorcycles. Are you going to be enough for cars? Seems like big guy is enough. Now, well, the reason why I'm wondering if a large factory is enough for cars, that this is very exciting. If you look at the car industry, it's a 29 million market in Jakarta, 19 in Nice, 23 in Marseille. This is a huge industry. Then if we go in to check out motorcycles, product details. Come on, get me into motorcycles. Products. We have all consumer goods. See anything orange? There we go, orange. This is a 24 million business, and the cars, 68 million business. These are huge businesses, but I think maybe in the motorcycle I'll be fine with just one line. So let's start it up. Put it right next. And hold on. Let's take a look at our technology. So what do we got? Mobile phone, that is good. It's super important because this is profitability, right down to the bottom line. So let's take a look. Here's our industry. Oh, sorry. I can do it through here. Nice. Quality is 34. Overall is increasing very slowly. We can finally get some more cash out of this. Let's find the competitors at 48. Eventually I'll pass them. And in Marseille, 61 versus 53. And also get a little bit of relief here. Jakarta, I actually don't have an electronics store. And I wonder, should I? Maybe I should. That's one thing to keep in mind. So our mobile phone technology is fine. Then we also have cough syrup coming in with that. No, this is corn syrup. Cough syrup right here. Imperium. How am I calling these guys? Pharma Lab C. The 1-year project. I think I should repeat this so that I may. Oh, where's my map? Come into Nice, check out my industries. You guys are going to be upgraded, so we're going to go to 37 quality. Currently selling at 35, but this will allow us to increase prices very slowly. Let's go 16. We'll let it catch up. Let that guy catch up as well. So that's good. We're improving profitability. We've got our motorcycle factory here, and what do we need for motorcycles? We need engine, steel, wheel, and tire. Now we do produce engines, right? And we have 2 imported goods. And I know that this right here is the one that will be duplicated here as soon as we have 3 lines. I will make this guy here purchase my engines. That's the inventory that's in my factory that is duplicated is actually my own. Don't need car bodies. Don't need engines. Ooh, dang it. Not what I meant. Wheel and tire. And then the other one is steel. Let's begin here. Click. There you go. Imperium Motors, Factory A. Is this B? No, that's Engine Co. So you're actually B. Alright, we're selling our motorcycles. Confirm you. So that now I can run up to my auto stores. Put it down. Then I can add in advertising. Start up with 1. Obviously, we go down in price. Oop, gotcha. 4,000. Good. Go to Marseille. Same thing. Let that catch up. Meanwhile, start my store line here in Nice. Boom. Go back to Marseille. It's up and running. 7,000. Yeah, you go down. 4,000. Let's do that. And back to Nice. Oh, this is actually a lot easier. Okay. That'll be fine. Hopefully we'll be able to bring in some more profitability to these firms. Let's see. Are the salespeople overwhelmed? Not yet. Give them a little bit more time to work. You guys are overwhelmed. We've got air conditioner and cough syrup again. That's interesting. Let's go into Jakarta. That's the cough syrup that we already saw. Air conditioner. That means that our washing machine is at 99% as well. Now, what do I want to do here? So this air conditioner with this technology is now at 64 out of 80. Can I jump to over 100? I can with 2 years. I need 19. Air conditioner. 16. Ah, come on. Okay, one more 2-year sprint. Same goes for washing machine as soon as that comes in. But I'll be able to store slowly, increase prices as soon as this quality starts to boost up. Because our industry in Jakarta is quality of 70. 34 to 70, not bad. How are we doing with our capacity? Pretty comfortable. Our convenience stores, are they selling my chewing gum successfully? No, it's all zeroed out. How are we doing with prices? 38 versus 9. Okay, so you have to go down as well, just like the other products. Okay, eventually we'll get there. As soon as technology picks up, I need to go a little bit more. almost at cost. The price you pay for having low quality. There's our washing machine tech. Very good. Then we now have car body being purchased, steel being purchased. Marseille, we have wheels and tires being purchased. That means that these supplies will be constant going forward, just like silica and oil and chemical minerals. Those are all important for me. Soap will slowly be left out. Ooh, these guys are turning in a profit. That's good. How are we with demand? Sales is the bottleneck. You guys are running at full speed. It's good to know. Still training, they're already level 3. What about Marseille? Here's the auto store. So my impression of okay, I'm selling my products. Okay, that's good. Let's double up these guys. And have a tough time with those. Jakarta. Here's our auto store. Gotta get more sales. Cold pills technology, oh, that's good. This means they're at 105. This is excellent. We're at level 2 research, that's good. Okay. So now we can start to be a little bit more aggressive. So that's cold pills. Where are my cold pills? Let's go up for 3 years. Headache pills, 3 years. Once you reach this level, then we'll be bringing in the big money. So we have our drugstore here. We have a low market share actually. I was considering building up a second drugstore in Jakarta. As for Marseille, could definitely be selling more. Now, why is this decreasing in volume? 48 to 46. Quality will pick up. I don't think I should be doing any price reduction. But let's do a little bit just to keep the inventory flowing, so that the new products can come in. Now, this guy has improved quite a lot. It's interesting. What about Nice? Like Nice. Yeah, we could definitely increase prices here. So, talking about Jakarta, shall we duplicate this? There's some concentration of richness over there, so let's duplicate you. 60, wow, that's a high traffic index. Very interesting. Seems far enough from my other store, so why not? Jakarta East. West. And they even duplicate prices, which is quite interesting. All prices are right. How great is that? R&D of car. Yes, that's very important. So our R&D of car has reached 38. I'll go for another 1-year sprint. We can have our production going up 31. That's 11 out of 30. Not that much. Engines got an upgrade as well. 10. Whoa, 30. There you go. That's very good. Quality will improve ever so slightly. And that'll also actually improve motorcycles as well. As a matter of fact, we don't have an R&D the motorcycles. So we might want to do this guy right now, though we're at the limit there of our money, and start the motorcycle for 1 year. And we are calling this Motors Lab A, Motors Lab B, Lab C. We have that running. Now, I do know that my phones are at level 36. That means that we are producing at 31 quality. I should have a terrible input quality. What are my inputs? Electronic components, 19. Plastic, 19. We are researching electronic components for 2 years. This is interesting. We don't have plastic, glass, or silicon. I can definitely make another one of these labs, but not so important for now. Now, what I do want to check right now is our prices of phones. Quality has improved over time. 31, we're at 44 rating. I'll increase this a little bit. Don't need to be fighting in price with everybody. Can't do much here. In Jakarta, we don't have Sky Image. We don't have an electronics store here. That's one thing that I need to fix, right? Let's go in. Can't get loans, so we've got to be careful with this money here now. Let's let some time pass. Profits are a little bit all over the place. Is there anything I can do to increase my profitability? Let's see. Convenience stores, no training, right? No training. Drugstores, they're fine. I'm training quite a lot of stuff all over the place. I've reduced my advertising, that's not a problem. This is still picking up in terms of profitability. Basically, I need more time, that's all. Go to speed 3. It's actually making a profit, that's surprising. This guy's almost there. Our engines are making a profit, that's interesting. Do we need training? We actually need more engines, huh? You have your inventory. You kind of have inventory. Yeah. I really didn't want this, right? Just burned 160,000. Well, that's okay. So we have RNG car, RNG engine. What is our tech at? 30, 38, good. 38 quality. So improve the quality of our cars. 37. Motorcycle at 25. Need to improve this technology. Seems like we are limited here. Double it up. Get some training as well. 4 million in cash, it's good. It's building up very slowly. Take a look at Marseille. Should slowly get more and more motorcycles. Let's go straight to the sales. We only have time. We're a little bit better than local competitors. Increase the prices a bit. keep up with demand anyway. So might as well. Here we are pretty much on par. Look at cars, get this balanced out. So Nice 38 to 46. ROE with the lack of supply in cars. Not really. But it does take more time to sell them, it seems. Everybody's working and working and working. It's like I can get another sales unit. Seems to be good. Maybe I'll need another purchasing unit. Got R&D for mobile phones again. Reached 58. Going to 77. Okay. Take that. Quality is up to 50. And as I mentioned, I don't have an electronic storage card, which I definitely need. Cough syrup, we've got another one. I would say that this is time to go in for cough syrup. 2-year product this time. Just level 2 of tax. That's good. It's the level 1 here. This guy's improving quality, but I think I should reduce training. It's really not as important. Let's see. This will improve slightly. We got that going. Do we have money for our store in Jakarta? Electronic store. Oh, kind of. I think I'll need a little bit more of a loan here. Fortunately, my credit has improved. Let's get that electronic store. Shall we build it supporting the others? Oh, if I had moved that one bit to the side. 39, 42, 53, 6, that's some 45 over here. So that one. And the model is 3 products, right? Imperium, air conditioner, washing machine, phone. Let's see, 49 versus 42. Off the bat, pretty good. Pretty good. Washing machines, 49, 41. Not that bad. And the phones, 50, 29. Yeah, this is the one that's suffering the most, but we can get there. Let's take a look at our other cities now that we've improved our quality. Increase prices again. Do I want to be close to Sky Image or to the local competitors? I'll stay in the middle. Let's take a look at the other products here in Nice. 63. Price better. Come on, we almost have a maximum market share. We totally push that price. And 61. Same thing. Okay, and Marseille. So we do want to increase prices here. 329, a little bit too much. 319 seems fair. Go to the washing machine. 77. Ooh, quite the improvement. And the phone. Here with radio fluor. They are both at 56. Give them some relief. 199. Sounds fair for a phone. I will eventually need to replace the phone because the phones, communication devices, mobile phones, they get replaced by camera phone. I will need to produce CCDs. This comes from wafers. But yeah, I'll need the technology, have these two within my company, and then after camera phone, they get replaced by smartphone. Will require CPUs rather than electronic components. Hard glasses, not so sure if I want that, but apparently it's available to discover. As we're in the year 2001, actually December 31st, 2001. That's interesting. So when we look at the corporate overview, we've reached a 269 million revenue, 27 million profit. Over 30 years, has that up and down going. But we are the best in terms of revenue and profitability. It's expected as we put the competitors to be pretty slow. When we look at our corporate details, we have some good profitability in certain products. So most of it comes from air conditioners and washing machines, and also into drugs, cold pills and headache pills. All wonder, mobile phones, it's catching up. That's the third product, still a little bit behind in technology. And our cough syrup is also a little bit behind technology, still has to catch up, but I think it eventually will. As for cars, this is a huge promise. Look, the revenue is already number one in revenue. Still very low profitability, the quality is very low. Same goes for the motorcycles. Good revenue, but low profitability, only 27% and 16% in the cars. But I think those will improve as we get our techs up. Engines, pretty good for a semi product. So I'm excited with that. As for chewing gum, I would want to get rid of this business as soon as possible, but it's making money, so that's not bad. Rubber is making some money, and then we also have corn. That's interesting. These are very non-essential parts to our business. I mean, they're essential, but they're not focus. So I think that's good progress. Revenue, 210 million. That's good. In the 30-year chart. Expenses at 200. Profit obviously going down to 10. 32 net profit as we pay a lot in debt. So that's operating profit of 10 going down to, what's that? 5 net profit. And when we go to graphs 2, obviously cash is always there being consumed, land and resources always increasing, as well as inventory, our business assets as well, total debt reaching record levels, part of our acceleration. R&D expenses is high. I do not believe this number here. Advertising, yeah, we've got to get into media eventually. Now we have our auto business set up. I think the advertising might be a natural step. We have training up to 6 million, salary is 25, and trying to keep write-offs to low. That's pretty good. Okay, balance sheet, nothing much to be seen. Income statement, net profit of lifetime net profit of 163 million. Technology, if you look at what has in production, top tax, target tax, current tax. So our current tax, I think car needs to improve a lot. Motorcycle is also very important. It's only at 13. We'll want to improve plastic, glass, and electronic components. These seem to be very useful inputs. I don't have the lab set up. I don't have the lab set up for electronic components. But yeah, that seems pretty good. As for dominance, we are dominating retail and manufacturing. So those are pretty ambitious phrases, but that's that. In farming, I'm in 5th. I already dominate the car and the motorcycle industry and the whole product class of the automobiles. That's interesting. I didn't know that there was this item here. But it's good to know because this is one of our goals. And when we look at our goals, there we go. We have this marked up, having the automobile industry dominated We're at 168 million of personal wealth. And this is the only goal that we need to get. So we're at about 16%, 70%. And we have another 28 years to go. 58% at 38, 28. 58% of our goals reached. It's a good point to be. So I'm excited to see where we go up next.